And all of a sudden, you enter MBBS and you are hit with a ton of failures. Plus, most of the friends that you meet initially during the first days of medical school, they don't care if you're a medical student or if you're an intern or a resident. For them, it's all the same. I just wish I knew these things before starting med school. Hey friends, it's been more than 4 years since I started my journey to become a doctor. Here are some of the things which I wish I knew when I started out. By the way, congratulations to the new budding doctors. If you're watching this and if you have no idea who I am, well, I am one of your seniors who is doing his final year MBBS from Government Medical College, Calicut, and my name is Omar Mohammed. So do watch this video till the end, and if you liked it, just subscribe to this channel for more such videos. The first one is MBBS is MBBS and Neet is Neet. Of all the things that I have to say in this video, this has to be the most important point. You have to realize that your Neet journey is now a part of history. You did extremely well, but MBBS is a totally different journey. What it takes to succeed in Neet and what it takes to succeed in MBBS, those are going to be entirely different skills. I have seen students who did extremely well in Neet, but they struggle to pass their MBBS. On the other hand, you will also see those students who might have probably entered with the last rank in their college. They're easily sailing through medicine. What this means is, do not develop a superiority complex over others just because you have cracked Neet. Also, more importantly, don't feel inferior because you did not do well in your Neet days. The tables can change. You can definitely change your life. The second advice would be that life will be great. The next 5.5 years that you're going to live will probably be the most amazing, beautiful days of your life. Neet aspirants ask me, is MBBS really hard? Will a student like me, will an average person like me able to survive in MBBS? Guess what? I am yet to see one person who would choose their Neet struggle days over MBBS. That never happens. Over the next 5 years, you're going to enjoy lots of privileges. You're going to be a hero amongst your family, your friends, and in your community. Feels nice to just flex amongst your non-medicos wearing the stethoscope and posting on social media over your white coat ceremonies. You deserve this for your hard work, so just enjoy those moments. The next advice probably would be to be ready for failures. Now this is a very important message. Most of the students that enter MBBS, including myself, most of us did pretty well during our school days. Most of them will be toppers during those school days. They might be toppers of their institution during the Neet days. And all of a sudden, you enter MBBS and you are hit with a ton of failures. There is more possibility of you failing your first examination in medicine than passing it. Out of 200 students in a batch, more than 100 students, around 120 students are going to fail in their first examinations. And we'll just get shocked, we'll be surprised, we'll question ourselves, we'll question our self-worth, we'll ask ourselves, will we ever make it through medicine? But guess what? This is just part of the process every student has gone through. There is not a single medical student who has not failed. Failures are now going to be part of your life. So just accept it, and most importantly, be prepared for it. Don't ever think that the world is coming to an end just because you failed a sessional examination. Don't rush to buy books. Now, in school days, we know there is NCERT for everything. But once you start MBBS, there is no single textbook which can serve every student. So students will have their own preference based upon the writing, the author, the type of textbook, and the type of content. In MBBS, you have a bunch of books for the same subjects, and you shouldn't do the mistake of going out and buying every single book. Because not only will you waste a lot of money, because most of these books are super expensive, you're also going to waste a lot of time reading them, and in the end simply get stressed during your exam days. To remove this burden from you, I did a video last year regarding the textbooks that are usually followed in the first year to help you make a better decision. So that video is somewhere over here. The next advice that I would give myself is that the friendships can change. So be wise with whom you choose as your friend. Medical colleges are new places where people from different parts of the country, coming from different backgrounds, from different economic statuses, from different cultures, they all come together to live literally like 6 years of their life. You're definitely gonna meet lots of new people along the way, but don't rush to make friends. The friends that you have will have a lasting impression over the next 4.5 years, and it will decide on a large part where you end up and how you do. Plus, most of the friends that you meet initially during the first days of medical school, they are not going to be your friends forever. They might not be the people that you hang out in the future. I am lucky in this regard because most of the friends that I met during my initial days, they are still my close friends. What's also surprising is that you will also meet lots of new people. So there is this batchmate of mine with whom I never spoke even a single word during my first year. In fact, I was never expecting myself to be friends with such a person. But guess what? He ended up as my roommate during my second year unexpectedly, and then I came to know more about him, and now he is one of my closest friends. The main point is, don't rush to create groups or gangs of friends in the initial days just because everyone else is doing that. The next one would be to not give medical advice. Now what is interesting is that from the day one of entering a medical college, you are a doctor to everyone outside the field of medicine. For your family and friends, they don't care if you're a medical student or if you're an intern or a resident. For them, it's all the same. What is funny is they will send you all kinds of medical stuff. They will send you medical articles, prescription forms, CT scan reports, and ask your judgment on those things. It's interesting when you see your relatives sending you echo reports which are verified by a certified cardiologist, yet they will still ask your opinion when you are a first year medical student who is just struggling with anatomy. What is also funny is most of the times they trust you more than that cardiologist because you are the closer relative. And medical curriculum is designed in such a way that during your first year, you literally have no idea how clinical medicine is or how practical side of being a doctor is. All you are going to learn is the basic sciences, which is anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. These subjects are definitely important to understand the clinics, but with these subjects you will not be able to answer the questions that your relatives ask. So I would advise you to start telling no when it comes to medical advices. And if you're embarrassed to do that, just ask one of your seniors. You can ask any of your seniors who has passed second year, because once you pass second year, you will start to get some idea of how clinics work. Until then, don't give medical advice. Now, brush up your hobbies. All the hobbies and passions which you developed during your childhood, which you somehow had to give up during your Neet days, it's time to brush them off and start doing them again. Just because you have entered a medical college and decided to become a doctor, it's not a reason for you to give up on your hobbies. You definitely can pursue your hobbies and passions. Anyone who says they cannot, it is not right. All you need is to understand two things. Your time is precious. If you can manage that time wisely, then you will have time for other stuff to do other than simply studying and going to the clinics. Plus, your energy is also important. I believe that energy management is more important than time management. The next advice I would give myself is that good habits are the best investments which I can make over the next 4.5 years. The habits that you build will stay with you for long. Build the habit of studying consistently, build the habit of working out, build the habit of enriching yourself with arts or sports or literature or whatever you like. Good habits have a compounding effect that just beautifies everything. Let's say you're a person who just started to work out. Now, initially you work out to have a better physical health, to have more muscles, to have more strength. But over time, what happens is that you will realize that you are now getting more focus. Your mental health is way better. You are less distracted by other things. Plus, you realize that you are now more confident than before. This just shows you the power of building good habits. The 9th one would be to start making money. You should learn the art of making money as early as possible. It's a super valuable skill that will just tremendously help you throughout your life. Now, there are many different ways to make money as a medical student. That's not the purpose of this video. Broadly speaking, there is an easy way and there is a hard way. The easy way is being a first year medical student. There are thousands of aspirants across the country who would love to have you as a teacher to help them during their NEET preparation. So that would be the easy route to take classes to provide mentorship to NEET aspirants. The hard way, which I would say it's worth it, would be to convert your passions or hobbies and find ways to monetize that. The next piece of advice would be to avoid drugs and vices. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't use drugs, I don't drink, I don't smoke. But if you are a first year medical student watching this is one of the most important messages. This is like that comment that needs to be pinned under this comment section. Completely avoid alcohol, drugs and vices. There is no good in these things. They are just going to destroy you. There is nothing cool about these voices. It has only destroyed people, and after a certain point, once you start getting older, you just lose out the willpower to wake up every single day in the morning and do the work that you're supposed to do. For me, when I think about it, this is a more dangerous side effect than the physical dangers that we know associated with these drugs and alcohol. Over to the next one, that is anatomy will kill you, but time will heal you. The first year subjects, man, they are just a killer. Biochemistry is volatile, physiology is vast, and anatomy will just kill you every single day. There's a moment in first year where reality will hit you and you will start to question why you took this journey. You'll realize that MBBS is way harder than what you thought. Those people that warned you that medicine was hard, it's right, you will hit that moment. But believe me, time will just heal you. Over time, you will develop the skill of remembering all the biochemical reactions. Over time, you will develop the skill of being able to write like 20-30 pages in 3 hours. Over time, you will develop the skill of being able to read more than 3000 pages in a week, just like I did in this video. So just give it a time and don't give up, which brings to my next point, and that is it's better to cry in MBBS than cry over MBBS. No matter how hard life gets in medicine, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. As long as you are ready to wake up every single day and do the work which you are supposed to do, you will definitely make it. You will definitely sail through MBBS, you will definitely become a doctor, and you will definitely continue to succeed in your life. So just keep going. Time management is going to be key. Everything which I have said in this video, it points out to the importance of time management. To be good at academics, to be good at your hobbies, to be good at whatever you want to do, you need to learn the art of managing your time effectively. The better your time management skills are, the better your life will be during MBBS. Not having a proper time schedule, simply procrastinating your work, not being on time, all of these things are simply going to make your life harder in medicine. You have to realize is that there are already difficult aspects to this journey. You just should not add fuel from your side to the burning fire. The next advice which I would give is probably to stand up for yourself. As I have said, in medical colleges, you are going to meet a lot of new people from different backgrounds, from different cultures. So there will be a tendency to imitate what others are doing. There will be a tendency to blend in with others. But stand up for what you believe in, stand up for what you think is right. There are going to be massive culture contacts and some culture shocks, but in the midst of all, don't forget to lose your own identity. The next one is regarding the seniors and professors you meet in medical college. So there are going to be toxic people, there are going to be toxic seniors or professors, and the best thing to do will be to completely neglect them, to completely avoid them. Just leave them alone on their path. Don't interfere in their matters. A good set of seniors or professors, on the other hand, I would say is one of the best assets that you can get in a medical college. I can't stress how much my seniors have helped me get through medicine. They are more valuable than any book you can get. Being a first generation doctor, I had so many doubts regarding what to do next. And I still have many doubts regarding the future of my career. My seniors and professors are the ones that have provided me the maximum value whenever I had these questions or whenever I had these doubts. So finding such a set of seniors will definitely make your life a lot easier. And I do believe that it's always important to have people who are ahead of you in the journey. It's important for you to have people whom you can look up to. And it's important for you to learn from their successes and from their failures so that you can emulate what they did and avoid the mistakes that they made along the way. Okay, the next one is super important. If you have watched this video till this point, this is going to be the one that you have to just write and fix on the wall, and you have to see this every single day, and that is attendance is more important than exams. Yes, you heard that right. Over time, you will start to skip classes. Over time, dissection will just become boring. Over time, you will understand that it will feel much better to sleep in your room than waking up and attending that useless 8 AM lecture. But guess what? Attendance is more important than your exams. While exams haunt you once in a while, attendance is going to haunt you every single day. Now personally, I struggled a lot with attendance for my first 2 years. Luckily, we had COVID, which saved us. I somehow make it through the 80% cutoff which we have here in Kerala. My life became smooth once I started to track down my attendance. In Notion, Now if you want to get that tracker which I have been using for the past 2 years, which I would say is the single most valuable resource that I have right now, again you know where to look out for. The link is in the description if you want that. But tracking your attendance is super important. The final pieces of advice, I have deliberately kept it for the last because it's kind of controversial. People can differ from my opinion in these regards, but nevertheless I'm here to speak what I believe. The first one is regarding college politics or campus politics. Now the term politics has two different connotations. First one is a commonly used term which is a more corporate term, which is certain people having certain privileges, certain people being ahead of others unfairly. Now you have to understand that from now onwards, whatever you do, it doesn't matter whether it's medicine or any other field, corporate politics always exists. There are always going to be people who will do dirty things for their own pursuits, who do not care about others and who will just try to climb the ladder up, and you just have to be aware of that. But the second type of politics which I would like to discuss more and which is specific to college life, that is campus politics. This does not apply to every medical college. This applies to government medical colleges, and that too not every college has this. But here in Kerala, in my college, we have a very active campus politics where different political parties have their own student organizations. Now I had my fair share of experience working in these organizations. The advice that I would like to give is you should be part of these organizations. It's never advised to be apolitical and stay away from all of these things. That's not going to help you. But at the same time, while working on these organizations, as I've said earlier, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to understand what your priorities are. Don't just get consumed working for these things. Plus, make sure that your friendships don't get affected by working on these organizations. Now coming to ragging. Ragging over the years has evolved a lot. My college had a very notorious history of ragging, which definitely cannot be supported by any means. It involved a lot of mental abuse and physical abuse. It was nothing less than a torture. Things have definitely improved, but nowadays what we do see is, and I know I'm controversial here, but nevertheless I have decided to say this, that people have gone too soft, that even asking a junior his or her name is considered as ragging, which I think is simply ridiculous. This is where I differ with the definition of ragging as well. Ragging in the form of physical or mental torture cannot be accepted, and those that do should be punished. But things like asking to introduce yourself or completing maybe a portfolio or record for your seniors, I don't think it does any harm. In the most cases, most of these seniors, as I've said earlier, they are going to be the big assets that you will get in this medical college. So this is my point of view. People can differ here, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So I guess that's it for this video. Well, did I miss out on something? I guess yeah, I didn't speak about relationships. Should I speak about that? I don't know. I wouldn't speak much about that. The only thing which I would say in that regard is be wise. That's the only thing which I prefer to say. So I guess it's time to end this video. Once again, thanks for watching this video, and you know what to do next. Just like, subscribe and share this video.